Hi everybody, we still work on our project to complete it, but I have faced an issue. I have I have stopped my open source, right? Then I started again, then I lost the public IP address. So I it was mandatory for me to create a new VPN connection, right? Because the customer gateway, its public IP address changed. Then when I tried to create that VPN, as I will show you here, you have create the customer gateway and then the virtual private gateway, then the site-to-site VPN connection, and misfortune, I am not able to find the open source option here. I don't know what's going wrong with here, but I didn't find it, alright? But I will show you the steps because we could not make a ping between our instance via the VPN connection, but I will show you the steps. I almost cover all the steps, but what steps you should do, or what steps you should follow to execute that, or that ping to work successfully, is to come here to the open source instance, right? Then check the open source instance and then go to the action and to the network, and then click on change to source destination check. Why? Because open source in our case as a router, so it means we want any traffic that is captured by one Ethernet, it must be delivered or diverted to the other Ethernet, right? So if you don't stop the source destination checking, so this instance will not behave as a router, it will behave as an instance. So it cannot divert the traffic from this Ethernet that is reside in the public, and the other one that is reside in the private subnet, right? So you have to check that and you save it, right? Another thing you have to do is go to the instance that are in the AWS account here, and then modify the security group of them. So for example, let me go to this Ansible security group, go to security and modify something there. All the instances that you want to ping on them, you have to modify and add something to the security group. Is the ICMP protocol. Otherwise, you will be not able to ping to the other instance, because the ICMP is a protocol for pinging. But don't worry, we are going to continue with this lab, right? But instead of using this to communicate between our region in the first account and the second account, we will use what we call peering connection. Peering connection is a networking connection that enable us to transfer the data from one account or from one VPC within an account to another VPC within another account. But in production, you must use the VPN, right? I have showed you the steps to achieve that, right? But here, to 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 not let this problem to influence on our lab, we will use peering connection instead, right? And we will communicate between the two instances that reside in different VPCs within different accounts. I hope you got my point. So for production environment, you must use the VPN. But as long as that we face the issue to create that VPN, we use it peering connection just to have the ability to ping an, an instance that is in a private subnet from an instance that is as well from a private subnet. So I have an issue of connection here, and now we'll scroll down to see the security group of our Ansible server. So for example, if you want, I will show you later, if you want to this this EC2 instance in this AWS account to have the same security group, I will show you how you can achieve that. Because if you are doing this manually for each instance, you creating a security group, it will be very, very boring, right? And to do all of this manually, it will be boring as well. That is why from the from the next videos, I will start to showing you how you can do infrastructure as code using CloudFormation and using Terraform. So instead of doing all of this manually, you will write a script of code, then you will execute it, and all this instance, security group, subnet, all of this will execute it and will be created automatically. You don't need to go on each service, then you create subnet, it will be very boring. So that is why from the next videos I will use Terraform and CloudFormation instead of doing this manually. So come down here, then go to the edit inbound roles, and here you have to add something here is to allow all ICMP IPv4, and we will allow only the instance or the traffic that comes from this account to be able to ping the instance that reside in this account, right? And I will allow all the ports. I will open all the ports, right? So instead of every time open port 80, it will be very boring. So to do this very quickly, I will go with this default. I will go only with all the ports, but in the production, make sure to use only the ports that you will need. Otherwise, it will be very easy for you. It will be very easy to hack you, right? So save roles. So I have not changed nothing. That's why I will cancel. I will show you, for example, if you have an EC2 instance that, or if you have a security group attached to EC2 instance, then you want to create a new security group and attach it to that instance. So you will go to the EC2 instance service. Here you will have this one. Then you will scroll down here and look for security group. You will click on it, and then you will create a security group. You will give it a name and which VPC you want to attach to it. Then here you add role of your inbound role. So for example, here you can choose all TCP and what is the traffic from which source that is allowed to connect to this port or to ping to it, or etc. So I will go with everyone, and here I will use all ICMP before. Then here I will type I want only the traffic that comes from our second account. So sorry. So I think it is clear for you now. If you faced any issues or if you didn't understand something here in my videos, you can let me know in the comments, and they will respond on all these comments. And everything, if it is not clear for you, I will create a video separately and explain it very well. Just let me know in the comments and give me your feedback. This will help me to motivate me and to do all my best to take you in this journey of learning DevOps and AWS. And here, of course, SSH.